Hey everybody, it's Alexander A. Manzoni, and we're gonna do some poetry. But first, harmonica solo. Scratch, scratch. The sound comes from the other side of the wall. From the adjacent apartment. An apartment that for all intents and purposes should have been empty. Because my neighbor, Casey Digits, was locked up in county on Mallon Street for failing to register as a sex offender, and somehow he'd invited his cellmate, a man somehow more offensive than he, to live there in Casey's stead. Ronnie Little and his gang of strung-out tweakers. They moved in under the guise of, "Hey, I'm Casey's nephew." Untrue. 2 years later, the story untold, it now unfolds before you. Tweaker paradise, it is not so nice for the neighbors. Neighbors like me and mine own mother, who was staying at the time at my place, and a beige old pit bull named Noodles. Scratch, scratch. The junkie behind the wall is picking at it and hasn't stopped for God knows how many days. And zombies stand on my porch, glassy-eyed and twitching. Bleeding arm crooks from crystal intravenous shot. And the longer this went on, I knew I could not take it. An addict in recovery, dope house next door, lovely. Teens hit the vein and run outside, puking over the guardrail. A trail of needle caps and baggies tell the tale better than most. Late at night, the drug dealer comes. Pontiac, charcoal black. Firebird words can't fully express the terror I felt when I looked outside and he was choking a woman, one of his customers, in the passenger seat. A crowd was outside and no one was doing anything about it. And shots rang out, pop, pop, as I struggled to explain what was happening to the 911 operator. By the time the cops came, the dealer and his gun were nowhere to be seen. Which was too bad because they arrived with assault rifles drawn and riot shields deployed. Ronnie was more than a little annoyed when they placed him in cuffs. But it was not enough evidence to lock him away. And my neighbors, the others, they cowered and insisted that nothing had happened. A likely story. Scratch, scratch. For 2 months, this continued 10 to 15 911 calls. 911, 911, 911, until the cowardly foreigner landlord finally got the guts got the guts to evict them. But that wasn't the end. By the end, I'm screaming obscenities at the tweakers behind the wall. And so he threatened me and my family. Though I never uncovered his identity, the man anonymously announced he's going to kill me. I prayed to God to deliver me from Ronnie whilst I simultaneously cursed Casey Digit's name in every way, especially when I received a letter from Casey himself, explaining that Ronnie was not his nephew, but his cellmate, his fucking cellmate. The letter arrived too late. I was already done with that, done with him, Casey, the rapist, though I didn't know for sure till I Googled him with Noah dearly departed. And we shared our woes as to the disaster next door. A month before Noah, he died so suddenly, despondency was taking control of him, of me, my mother, and even the dog. An end had to come. An end had to come to this atrocity, and not a moment too soon. Scratch, scratch. Tweaker paradise, not so nice for neighbors like me. Suicide started sounding like a great idea. Oh, yeah. It got that bad. I was going absolutely mad with anxiety, anger, insanity. And before it got the best of me, before I lost control and fell spiraling, screaming into the hole of the void, the sheriff's department came and removed them while the landlord and his Russian changed the locks. Weeks later, scratch, scratch, Casey returned and came to my door wondering why his key no longer worked. He beseeched me for quarter, and I went off before screaming and slamming the door shut in his face. The rapist. Though I never told him I knew, though I should have. Either way, watch your children. Watch them closely, because this off-shirtless sex offender may still be running around downtown Spokane. Though hopefully he is back in jail, where monsters such as he need to be. And that was the end of Ronnie's Tweaker Paradise. Not so nice for neighbors like me, or any others. Scratch, scratch. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that. That's based on a true story. And tonight, I will be at the Spokane Poetry Slam at the Bartlett competing. And I'm going to be on the Social Hour podcast on 131. And I'm in talks with Stephen Pitters from KYRS to record some poetry to go on the radio soon. And that will be the first time I've ever been on the radio, which is great. Getting a lot of stuff done. I've been writing a lot of new stories and writing new poems. The new Mr. West poem, and they got the Siege. A lot of stuff going on. Finishing some other of my short stories. And yeah, there's just a lot of stuff. I haven't been posting as many videos because a lot of the places I've been sending stuff to, they consider these videos to be having previously published them. But this poem in particular would be difficult to get published, and it's already been rejected a couple times. So I was like, well, should record this one. And that's what I did. And yeah. Hope you had a good time. Hope you have a good morning. Peace.